Episode 14, Geeta Mosquita's Kitchen Chaos, The Great Instant Coffee Catastrophe. This narrative is proudly brought to you by Polly Speaks For You. At Polly Speaks For You, we are committed to empowering individuals, especially those with disabilities or learning challenges, through innovative text to speech and voice recognition technology. Polly Speaks For You is more than just software, it's a tool for self expression, connecting people with the world in meaningful ways. By blending the richness of history with cutting edge technology, Polly Speaks For You demonstrates that every voice, whether preserving the past or shaping the future, has the potential to inspire. While we strive to make the story engaging, our primary focus is on storytelling itself. The visuals are secondary. We are showcasing the remarkable capabilities of text to speech software that bring these stories to life. Geeta here again. Buckle up, because this one is a roller coaster of madness, masala, and a coffee disaster so epic, I think even the neighbors are still laughing about it. I will be honest, I never thought a simple cup of coffee could lead to full-blown war, but when Shanti's involved, anything is possible, and all. It all started early one Saturday morning. Rajesh was peacefully snoring in bed like a tractor in reverse, while I was already in the kitchen, whipping up a batch of my famous Bombay curry. As usual, I was minding my own business, feeling like a master chef, when I heard Shanti coming down the stairs, grumbling to herself. Now, let me tell you, when Shanti starts grumbling before Sunrise, you know something's about to go down. Geeta, she shouted, marching into the kitchen with a face that looked like she'd just chewed on a raw chili. Where's the coffee? Morning, Ma. I chirped, trying to keep things light. It's on the shelf, right next to the biscuits. She gave me that look, you know the one. The Shanti special, like I'd just insulted her great-great-grandmother's recipe book. I mean the real coffee, not this powdered nonsense. I glanced at the jar of instant coffee sitting on the counter. You see, I've been trying to save money. After all, winning South Africa's Got Flavor doesn't come with a never-ending bank account. I'd been cutting costs here and there, and I thought switching from Jacobs to instant would be a smart move. How wrong I was. You call this coffee? Shanti waved the jar like it was an alien object. This isn't coffee, this is dust. Did you see the price of Jacobs at the shop? Sure, you could buy a small car, but at least it's real coffee. I tried to explain. Ma, it's not that bad. Plus, instant saves us money. You could buy a whole sheep for the price of a tin of Jacobs. Shanti narrowed her eyes. I'd rather drink water from the garden hose than this abomination. Now, I don't know what came over me, but I wasn't going to take this coffee slander lying down. So, I grabbed the jar of instant coffee and said, Fine, Ma. You want real coffee? I'll make you real coffee. But you better not complain when the budget gets tight. Now here is where the real drama begins. As I scooped the coffee into the cup, Shanti hovered over me like a hawk, muttering under her breath about the good old days when people respected coffee and didn't resort to cheap tricks. In my frustration, I added an extra heaping spoonful of instant coffee into the mug. I thought, let's see her complain about this now. I stirred the boiling water in with a bit too much enthusiasm, and then I handed it to her with a smile that could have won a Miss Universe title. Shanti took the cup, eyed it suspiciously, and took a sip. What happened next was nothing short of legendary. The moment the coffee hit her lips, her eyes widened like saucers. She made a sound somewhere between a choke and a squeak, and then, wait for it, she spat the coffee all over the kitchen floor. What is this? She gasped, coughing dramatically as if I'd poisoned her. Geeta, are you trying to kill me? This is worse than that Bombay curry you made last month. Before I could say anything, Shanti threw the cup down on the counter, and coffee splattered everywhere. And then, in an act of complete chaos, she grabbed a box of besan ladus, by priced homemade Indian sweets, from the shelf and flung one at me. Ma! I screamed, ducking as the ladu whisked past my head and hit the wall behind me with a thud. What are you doing? Teaching you a lesson, she shouted, grabbing another ladu. Never mess with my coffee. Now, I may be a lot of things, but a ladu dodger I am not. So, naturally, I grabbed a handful of burfi from the counter and threw it right back at her. Before I knew it, we were in the middle of a full-blown Indian sweets food fight. Shanti was chucking ladus like a cricket bowler, and I was returning fire with burfi, jalebi, and anything else I could get my hands on. It was war and all. Rajesh, who must have heard the commotion, came stumbling into the kitchen, still in his pajamas, looking more confused than ever. What the? Why are there sweets flying everywhere? Stay out of this, Rajesh. I yelled, dodging another ladu. It's between me and Ma. She started it. Shanti shouted, flinging a jalebi right at my face. Rajesh stood there for a moment, taking it all in. I just wanted a cup of tea, he mumbled, backing away slowly. By the time the battle was over, the kitchen looked like a sweet shop explosion. There were ladus stuck to the walls, burfi scattered across the floor, and jalebi hanging off the fridge handle. And there we were, both panting, covered in powdered sugar, with Shanti still clutching a ladu in her hand like a weapon of mass destruction. I wiped the sweat from my brow and looked at her. So, Ma, how's the coffee now? She stared at me for a moment, then, without a word, grabbed the instant coffee jar, marched to the sink, and poured the entire thing down the drain. Lesson learned, Geeta, she said, her voice deadly calm. Never. Instant. Again. And that, my friends, is how I nearly died in a coffee war. But hey, at least the ladus tasted pretty good once we stopped throwing them at each other. And as for Rajesh, he ended up making his own tea and spent the rest of the day quietly reading the newspaper, pretending none of it ever happened. Stay tuned for the next episode, where Shanti and I tackle National Curry Week. Hopefully, this time, the kitchen won't end up looking like a food fight battlefield. If you're enjoying this story, please remember to hit like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us continue creating content that educates and empowers. To learn more about South Africa's leading accessibility software and to support our dyslexic-friendly initiative, visit www.polyspeaks4u.co.za. Drop a comment if you want more information. Thank you for watching this video.